Hear that? It's holiday cheer arriving at Ulta Beauty with gifts for everyone on your list. Treat them to fan-favorite gift sets from Charlotte Tilbury and Peach and Lily. Go all out with timeless fragrances from YSL, Ariana Grande, and Carolina Herrera. And you can never go wrong with an Ulta Beauty gift card. Head to Ulta Beauty for gifts that make the holidays brighter and even more beautiful. Ulta Beauty. Gifting happens here.
Hey, I'm Jamie East, and today's episode of the Smart 7 is brought to you by Sainsbury's, where you can save big on festive favourites with Nectar prices. With Christmas round the corner, it's more important than ever to find value for money on your festive shop, and that means getting your party planning done early. And this Christmas, Sainsbury's have got great discounts to make your festive season truly magical. For example, this week you can get Pepsi Max 24 times 330ml for £7, a litre of Gordon's Gin and Smirnoff Vodka, both £19, and 2 for £23 on selected packs of beer, including Budweiser 20 times 200ml and Carling 18 times 440ml, all with Nectar prices. You can shop in-store or online and save big on festive favourites this Christmas with Nectar prices at Sainsbury's. This offer's for 18+, terms and conditions apply, Nectar required. Available in-store and online, excluding locals. Delivery fee may apply, subject to availability. Please drink responsibly. On today's Smart 7, hopes fade for Ukraine peace deal, Wes Streeting does battle with doctors, and much more. It's Thursday, 4th of December, it's National Sock Day, and happy birthday, Jeff Bridges.
The Smart 7. It's news, but not the news.
Wednesday marked a full week since Chancellor Rachel Reeves rolled out the 2026 budget, and while many of us may already have forgotten what was in it apart from looming tax rises because of income tax threshold freezes, the controversy over the Chancellor's numbers shows no sign of abating. The head of the Office of Budget Responsibility, Richard Hughes, resigned over a budget leak, but the opposition have been infuriated by both the Chancellor's budget calculations and the amount of information leaked in advance. At Prime Minister's Question Time, Tory leader Kemi Badenoch was once again calling for the Chancellor's resignation.
The Prime Minister pays tribute to the head of the OBR. If the head of the OBR had to resign over market-sensitive leaks, why is the Chancellor still in her job?
Prime Minister Keir Starmer has consistently backed the Chancellor, and he wasn't in the mood for Badenoch's continued pursuit of Reeves.
I was very proud to lead this party at the budget last week, where the Chancellor set out that we would protect the NHS, create the conditions for economic stability, not repeating the mistake of austerity, and bearing down on the cost of living. We're fixing the mess that they left, and I'm very proud to be doing so.
This week has seen the hopes for a peace plan for Ukraine crumble as Vladimir Putin refused to give way during a meeting with US negotiators in Moscow. Trump's envoys Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner got a tour of Moscow, but 5 hours of talks with the Russian leader yielded no progress at all, and they now head back to Florida to meet with a Ukrainian delegation. In the meantime, Putin has avoided further sanctions and gained more time for his troops to push forward on the battlefield. Wednesday did see the EU finally move towards unlocking frozen Russian assets in a loan, which would allow Ukraine to replenish weapon stocks, and UK Foreign Secretary Yvette Cooper was in Brussels for a NATO meeting with £10 million of fresh funding for Ukraine's energy infrastructure.
And we will continue to show our support for the Ukrainian people, for the sovereignty of Ukraine, and for a just and lasting peace, with the security of Europe and the security of NATO at its heart.
US Secretary of State Marco Rubio has a warning, though, that US patience is running out.
Some of these people have this notion that our policy should be just continue to fund Ukraine in unlimited amounts for as long as the war takes. That's not realistic, and you can't sustain the scale and scope of it. And I also think it's realistic for Russia to continue this war.
There was no sign of a Christmas ceasefire in the ongoing battle between the British Medical Association and Health Secretary Wes Streeting on Wednesday. The resident doctors are due to head out for another 5-day strike starting on December 17th as they continue to look for another pay rise to make up for what they describe as pay deflation stretching back to 2008. The BMA hasn't engaged in fresh talks with Streeting, even though he says he is open to discussion around other supports, including training. Tuesday had seen Streeting refer to the BMA as the Grinch who stole Christmas, and on Wednesday he was at it again, criticising BMA leadership.
Their own representatives far from saying, isn't it great, look at what our members have done, look at the modernisation, look at the improvement in patient satisfaction, they are sat in the corner like moaning minis when actually their members are doing a really good job.
A new report from the Charity Inquest published on Wednesday shows that 97 women have died in custody in the last decade and that incidents of self-harm are at an all-time high in the nation's women's prisons. It comes as controversy continues over the mistaken release of prisoners, with Justice Secretary David Lammy admitting that 2 men are still at large after being accidentally released. He was blaming overcrowding and outdated systems and says that the number of incidents are diminishing. Charlie Taylor, His Majesty's Chief Inspector of Prisons, told the BBC that the government needs to take the issue seriously.
People are getting out before they're supposed to be leaving prison. And if, God forbid, they go on to commit a serious further offence, that is, of course, an enormous concern. The public rightly expects that if people are sent to prison, they are sentenced for a period of time and they get out when they're supposed to get out, whether that's early or whether that's late.
Still to come on today's Smart 7 in association with Metro. Leeds spring a Premier League surprise, and we find out if you are ready for a psychosexual pop thriller right after this.
Hey, I'm Jamie East, and today's episode of the Smart 7 is brought to you by Sainsbury's, where you can save big on festive favourites with nectar prices. With Christmas round the corner, it's more important than ever to find value for money on your festive shop, and that means getting your party planning done early. And this Christmas, Sainsbury's have got great discounts to make your festive season truly magical. For example, this week you can get Pepsi Max 24 times 330ml for £7, a litre of Gordon's Gin and Smirnoff Vodka, both £19, and 2 for £23 on selected packs of beer, including Budweiser 20 times 200ml and Carling 18 times 440ml, all with nectar prices. You can shop in-store or online and save big on festive favourites this Christmas with nectar prices at Sainsbury's. This offer's for 18+, terms and conditions apply, nectar required. Available in-store and online, excluding locals. Delivery fee may apply, subject to availability. Please drink responsibly.
If you're the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, you know having a trusted partner makes all the difference. That's why, hands down, you count on Grainger for auto reordering. With on-time restocks, your team will have the cut-resistant gloves they need at the start of their shift. And you can end your day knowing they've got safety well in hand. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Welcome back.
There were 6 Premier League games on Wednesday night, with plenty of action at both ends of the table. Aston Villa pulled off a 4-3 win at Brighton to climb to third, while Crystal Palace picked up a 1-0 win at Burnley. Wolves lost at home to Nottingham Forest, while Arsenal beat Brentford 2-0 to go 5 points clear at the top. Liverpool faced Sunderland at Anfield, but Arne Slot's side struggled, and the game ended in a 1-1 draw. The big surprise of the night was Leeds beating Chelsea 3-1, a result that saw Daniel Farke's side move out of the relegation zone.
Yes, long time coming, I would say, after many good performances, but we were not able to translate this also into results. Chelsea had more possession, but in the end I would say also I think we deserve to win this game.
Kate Winslet has won pretty much every honour as an actress, but now she's turned her attention to writing and directing. Her directorial debut, Goodbye June, is about to drop on Netflix with a script that was originally written by her son Joe Anders and tells a story of a family reuniting for Christmas as they gather around their dying mother's hospital bed. The cast includes Toni Collette, Helen Mirren and Timothy Spall, and Winslet told Chris Evans that she wanted to make a movie that meant something.
More and more now, when we go to the cinema, because it's expensive for so many people, I think it's right that we should be able to see versions of ourselves in the characters that are playing out, in the stories that we're watching. And I do think that people are searching for stories they can connect with, that make them feel heard, make them feel seen.
You may think you've heard of every possible genre of movie by now, but there's a new one on the way, and it's the psychosexual pop thriller. The film in question is called Mother Mary and stars Anne Hathaway and Michaela Cole as it traces the story of a Lady Gaga-esque pop star who became estranged from her friend and fashion designer as she became more successful. It's a full-on experience with Jack Antonoff, Charlie XCX and FKA Twigs providing the soundtrack while Anne Hathaway sings and performs. Things get dark and director David Lowery says it's a weird film that has echoes of Bram Stoker's Dracula. It's due to hit cinemas in April.
I hadn't seen her in over 10 years, but I could tell she was coming from 1,000 miles away. Why don't you start with why you're here? Sam, I need a dress.
You've been listening to The Smart 7. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Hit that follow button and have a great day. Give us 7 minutes and we'll give you the world. Hey, I'm Jamie East, and today's episode of The Smart 7 is brought to you by Sainsbury's, where you can save big on festive favourites with nectar prices. With Christmas round the corner, it's more important than ever to find value for money on your festive shop, and that means getting your party planning done early. And this Christmas, Sainsbury's have got great discounts to make your festive season truly magical. For example, this week you can get Pepsi Max 24 times 330ml for £7, a litre of Gordon's Gin and Smirnoff Vodka, both £19, and 2 for £23 on selected packs of beer, including Budweiser 20 times 200ml and Carling 18 times 440ml, all with nectar prices. You can shop in-store or online and save big on festive favourites this Christmas with nectar prices at Sainsbury's. This offer's for 18+, terms and conditions apply, nectar required. Available in-store and online, excluding locals. Delivery fee may apply, subject to availability. Please drink responsibly.
If you're a smoker or vapor, ready to make a change, you really only need one good reason. But with Zyn nicotine pouches, you'll discover many good reasons. Zyn is America's #1 nicotine pouch brand. Plus, Zyn offers a robust rewards program. There are lots of options when it comes to nicotine satisfaction, but there's only one Zyn. Check out zyn.com/find to find Zyn at a store near you. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.